So, Ovenbreak's pretty old, like almost a decade kind of old, and with way too many events for anyone sane enough to even attempt to catch up and cover. I, however, won't be doing that. Instead, as the title suggests, I'll just give my impressions on every event stories. And if I missed or skipped any, no I didn't. Not my fault that there's no archive I could find dating that far back, or just a simple fact that not everything is available in-game. Also, I'm not covering most of Gingerbrave's tales and the dragons because it's too complicated and the dragons are a whole other mess. Additionally, I'll give each of them a rating out of 5 because why not put my subjective opinions online for strangers to judge. Also, some of the events' name and their story's display name in the game's archives are different, so I'll just use whichever I find convenient. Are we all clear? Alright, let's just get this over with. 1 out of 5. This is the oldest event cutscene that I could find. It's on the official channel, by the way. It's only 2 minutes long, not too much substance compared to the other ones later on, but it's not bad for what it is. 3.5 out of 5. Sweet ending. 2 out of 5. Not too bad, but not much actually happened, by which I mean nothing much coming from Lilac. 2 out of 5. It feels like a cliche plot where a perfectionist, birthday cake, just learns the value of going with the flow and having fun with her friends. I like the scenes with Sparkling though, real classic. 2.5 out of 5. The story is okay, I suppose. It does introduce Blueberry Pie, and Prophet losing his mustache got a giggle out of me. Pity points because I love the City of Wizards. 2 out of 5. Spinach is, unsurprisingly, obsessed with vegetables. But that combined with the fact that she's super strong makes for some pretty funny scenes. Sandwiches here too, I guess. 3 out of 5. Would you look at that, an abandoned theme park that isn't haunted, thankfully. The story's alright, it's pretty fun, and the aesthetics as well as Cream Unicorn are really pretty. 3 out of 5. Martial arts tournament plus Fallen Clan element, pretty cool. I actually thought this story was lost until I found it on the official channel. 3.5 out of 5. We've got Captain Ice unintentionally babysitting Sorbet Shark. Honestly though, the bits of lore on Seafair is pretty cool, and the ending is too. 3.5 out of 5. This is literally just Cookie Run Atlantis. I really like the Sugar Tira stories, what can I say? 4 out of 5. When a casual sleepover turned into a doll search at the weird neighbor's house. There were a lot of characters in this, and overall it was pretty fun. 1.5 out of 5. The story's okay, but it was just a one-off that had no significance afterwards whatsoever. 5 out of 5. Timekeeper. That's it. I'm not gonna explain myself any further. 2.5 out of 5. Learning about how Popping Candy admired and was inspired by Shining Glitter to become a singer was pretty wholesome. 4 out of 5. I especially like the Chess Choco twist with Dark Enchantress. Also in this scene, they're so adorable. 3.5 out of 5. This event gave us Emo Wind Archer. 2 out of 5. I don't really dislike the story. It was okay, but man was Ice Juggler brutally honest. Emphasis on brutal. Also, the ending was slightly abrupt. 2.5 out of 5. The whole betrayal plot with Pomegranate and Starfruit was pretty alright, but the rest didn't leave much of an impression on me. 1 out of 5. Isn't this just a field trip? 4 out of 5. First thing, birthday cake somehow being able to move a valuable painting without anyone else noticing, especially the organizers. Like, is there just no security? The most redeeming part of this story would have to be Butter Pretzel and her struggle as an artist to create masterpieces. It spoke to my soul, man. I love her. 3 out of 5. I like the sort of subtle rivalry between Chocolate Bonbon and Sour Belt, and how these two eventually saw eye to eye by the end and cooked up absolute masterpieces. Like, look at these. This is what peak fashion looks like, alright? 3.5 out of 5. I am a sucker for anything stained glass. The aesthetics are amazing. This is a pretty good rewind for the stories of Gingerbrave and friends over the years. But beyond that, both Sugar Glass and Amber Sugar weren't quite impressive. Don't get me wrong, I love Sugar Glass, but these two's story didn't really hit hard enough for me to give them a higher rating. And I'm kinda sorry about that. 3.5 out of 5. This one gave me cozy vibes, especially given that it's December right now. At this point, all the events stopped featuring Gingerbrave and friends and focused more on the other characters, which I feel like helped improve the stories. 5 out of 5. If I had to compare this event with Operation Time Guard, I like this one better. This event gave us arguably the best timekeeper costume and lore of all time, and I will die on this hill. 2.5 out of 5. Many people may think that the ending is like a cliffhanger, but I like it since it's pretty funny. 3 out of 5. It's a good standalone story with Pizza being the average student working a part-time job while going through school. That feels so real. A little too real. 2 out of 5. Cool story, nice lesson. Not my favorite though. 1.5 out of 5. It's not that I dislike this one, it just felt off. Like, when the story came out, it was just out of nowhere. It introduced a few plot points and that's it. 4 out of 5. Finally, a character I can relate to, except I don't really go outside for my videos. I especially love that ending. And the music, it's just so beautiful. 4 out of 5. It's got Rebel. Plus, I like the twist that the magistrate just turned out to be a massive mouse in a trench coat. The music's fun too. 2 out of 5. Another cookie detective event. It's not bad, of course. Besides the ending though, the whole thing just felt like a bit meh. 4 out of 5. I like the DVD, but this story felt a lot tamer compared to the 2 previous stories. The relationship and the interactions between the characters though, that I like. Especially Coffee Candy and Baguette. 3.5 out of 5. This story definitely resolved the issue I had with the previous one, and the bits of banter between Habanero and Fireball Cookie was pretty hilarious. 3.5 out of 5. This is just Super Fashion Week Part 2 Electric Boogaloo, except more aggressive. Someone should seriously check up on Pastel Meringue though, like that boy's got some anger issues. 3.5 out of 5. I'm not gonna comment on the issues that arose around this event. All I shall say is that I like the dynamics and relationships between the Yoga cookies, and this story was alright. 3.5 out of 5. This is what I imagine Stardew Valley's vibes are like. The first half of this event was really cute, and overall, it was funny. 4 out of 5. Steampunk vibes, but it's an underwater city? Pretty cool. I love Sugartera, and this story about Wandercraft with that ending steering the story in a totally unexpected direction was a welcome addition. 3 out of 5. I'm not gonna comment on how the story is unrealistic because I'm not petty, but the whole thing might as well be a comedy because I could barely hold my laugh in for so many of the cutscenes. 4.5 out of 5. Honestly, this story would make a pretty good plot for some horror genre media. 2 out of 5. Blue Slushy is a very typical, energetic, quirky, kind-hearted protagonist that I've seen far too often. That and also the fact that she's trying to pass a big, all-important exam. The only sort of hook for me in this was pilot stories and also whipped cream. 3.5 out of 5. It was a nice event. The friendship and interaction between Cannoli and S'more are really wholesome. I hate that damn squirrel though. 3.5 out of 5. I like that Stolen wasn't just a popular / mean girl, but actually cares about others. She just sucks at expressing herself. And again, the friendship, interaction between her and Strawberry Cream, very wholesome. 3 out of 5. Whoa, we've got space adventures now. Ooh, off to a pretty strong start, aren't we? It's nice that the universe is expanding, literally, beyond just the cookie world. 3 out of 5. They could really make a story out of anything, huh? 4 out of 5. Implementing the Jelly Walkers from Cookie Wars is really nice. And at least the game isn't forgotten. 5 out of 5. Call it unfair all you want, I enjoyed both these stories in this event. Schneeball was an absolutely crazy person, at least she still has a bit of rationale. And Marble Bread is your most average 9-to-5 worker, and I love him for that. 4 out of 5. You can't tell me that this does not scream high school visual novel JRPG. This is so different than what they usually do, and it's oddly good. 4 out of 5. What can I say? I like stories with wholesome friendship. 4 out of 5. This is like a weird episode of Swan Lake mashed with the Ugly Duckling. Black Sugar Swan going from the antagonist to a guardian was the last thing I expected. Good ending. 3.5 out of 5. The most surprising part was that they ran a successful business while trying to resolve alien issues. 4.5 out of 5. An actual Halloween-centric event? Surprisingly, that didn't exist yet. And Candy Corn was so adorable. And oh boy, that pie is horrendous. 3 out of 5. I didn't want to cover these ones initially, but, well, the stories are a yearly thing at this point, and it's all just so dumb. It's stupid. It's meant to be stupid and ridiculous. What else could there possibly be to these? Alright, this was just a quick dumb video. I didn't put much effort into this. Also, don't expect any follow-ups because this was kind of boring. And what are you supposed to have learned from this? I don't know. Maybe you've enjoyed it, even though some of my opinions are pretty trash. Anyways, I guess I'll see you later. Bye-bye.